Hello everyone and welcome to Monday. A while back I read something extremely interesting, and today I ran across another article on the subject, except now it's even more interesting because it turns out that it's actually true and it's coming soon. Plus, it's relevant enough to my life and probably many of yours I thought I would share. GameStop will be selling retro games. Yes, you heard that right. This is something I read a while back, and I don't know if it was a rumor or if something at GameStop had kind of confirmed they were looking into, but it is actually happening. There was an interview with GameStop on Wired, and that's where I'm pulling this information from, and they are going to be accepting and selling NES, Super NES, N64, Sega Genesis, the original PlayStation, and Dreamcast. I don't have a sixth finger, but just imagine. So it's pretty interesting. Now this is going to be a pilot program, meaning that they're just kind of testing the waters here. And they're actually doing it in two very different and unique cities, New York City and Birmingham, Alabama. And this is actually going to start, from what I can tell, this weekend. So as of Saturday, you'll be able to get these games if you live in New York City or Birmingham, Alabama. I'm assuming that if it goes well, they'll bring it to other stores, but that's where it's going to start. Now, how this is going to work is you're going to be able to take your old games, those systems that I listed, into a GameStop and trade them in for, presumably store credit. Basically what you do with a GameStop now. You finish a game, you take it there, but now you'll be able to do it with old stuff, which could be nice and convenient for some of you who maybe don't have a mom and pop game shop like we have with Player's Choice, or you don't want to deal with the hassle of eBay, which is completely reasonable. You just want to go to a place like GameStop and get rid of your stuff. However, GameStop is not going to be selling those games in store, and that might be a big turnoff for some of you. They are going to be selling their stuff online. What happens is when you go to a GameStop and you trade in a game, you can trade in any of the software for those, you can trade in the hardware, and you can also trade in first-party accessories. So, a first-party Nintendo controller or a first-party Dreamcast controller, etc. They will give you whatever the credit is for those items, assuming that they are in working condition. And then they will be shipping those off to a refurbishment center in Texas, where they refurbish them. If the cart has a dead battery or something, they give it a new battery. And then after that, that stuff will be available for sale online. So maybe some of the excitement went down because you're like, oh, I was hoping I'd be able to go into a GameStop and buy a copy of Yoshi's Island. Well, that's not happening soon, and I don't really expect that will happen because there's not enough of a market, in my opinion, to warrant taking store space, shelves, and devoting them to classic games. I really don't see that happening. But this is good for another reason, and maybe you guys will agree with me. I think that this will bring used game prices down because we have a giant GameStop jumping into the used game market. I actually feel like this could bring game prices down because it should make things, in a sense, more readily available. I think it would help more if they were selling them in the store, but I just don't see that happening. But I think that it will probably help bring game prices down. And I think it's good for everybody because a lot of the games right now are crazy. They're crazy. The price has shot up, especially in the last 5 to 10 years, as people who grew up playing these games they got older and they had disposable incomes and they've been spending on buying these old games up. Game prices have risen. But I think that if giants such as GameStop stepped in, that it could actually help out a lot. That's all that there is to the article for right now. If you live in New York City or Birmingham, from what this article says, you'll be able to start trading in your old stuff this weekend. So definitely by the time you guys get this video, which is kind of neat. And like I said, that may be something that interests you. Maybe it doesn't. But I suspect that game prices will be coming down a little bit. Could be totally off base with that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. They said it'll probably be about 8 weeks before they start listing the product online. So even though you'll be able to trade in stuff this weekend in Birmingham and New York City, it's going to be another 8 weeks before GameStop starts selling Contra online. But that day is coming, and that is actually kind of nifty. So we will see what happens with that. If they started putting their retro stuff in a GameStop, it would actually give me a reason to go into a GameStop, because I haven't been in a GameStop in a long, long time. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Be sure to talk about the subject down below. Maybe some of you are interested in perusing GameStop's website to buy some classic games, or maybe you have some classic games of your own, and now that you've heard about this, you are interested in taking them to a GameStop and trading them in for something newer. that is what this program is apparently all about, so be sure to let me know down in the comments. Once again, thanks for watching, and let's meet back tomorrow, shall we? Maybe it tastes fine, I don't know.
Smell it first.
Oh god! Oh, it's very... it's very grape. Very grape. Ready for this? There aren't turnips on the plane. That doesn't even make sense.
Yes, there are. Have you never been on a plane?
We're also not even on a plane. Where the heck are we? Want some of this? I'm coming after you. I would not taunt. Kick in the back. Dodge. Oh, yeah.
Stop grabbing me.
That combo, though. 50.